Get ready for action because Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert are set to clash in a massive West semifinal matchup. This is the moment the basketball world has been waiting for as the San Antonio Spurs face off against the Minnesota Timberwolves. We break down everything you need to know about this titanic collision of talent and rivalry.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
We dive into the incredible story behind Victor Wembanyama, exploring what Spurs legend Avery Johnson has to say about this 7'5" wonder and the team's journey so far. Hear the insights from Johnson on the Spurs' success and the sheer impact of Wembanyama on the league. Then, we look at the deep history between Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert, tracing back to when Gobert first saw the immense potential in the French center. Discover the fascinating dynamic between the two stars and how their personal connection fuels the intensity of these playoff battles. Finally, we cover the crucial tactical lessons Victor Wembanyama is taking away from his recent playoff run against the Portland Trail Blazers and what he plans to bring to the next level. Don't miss this breakdown, and stay with us because the action is just getting started. The highly anticipated West semifinal matchup between the San Antonio Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves is set to feature a significant matchup involving Wembanyama and Gobert. The clash promises to be a high-stakes contest as these two prominent players face off in the critical stage of the playoff bracket. Fans and analysts are keenly anticipating the dynamic interplay between Wembanyama and Gobert as they battle for supremacy in this crucial series. San Antonio Spurs legend Avery Johnson has offered a positive assessment of the team's performance in the playoffs, specifically highlighting the impact of Victor Wembanyama. Johnson praised Wembanyama, stating that the team has never witnessed such a player, emphasizing his exceptional talent at 7 feet 5 inches. Johnson also commended the Spurs' overall structure, pointing to a strong supporting cast, effective coaching staff, and terrific ownership. He compared the Spurs' top-to-bottom performance to that of the Oklahoma team, but underscored the Spurs' pedigree by noting their 5 championship wins. Johnson concluded by sharing a personal anecdote, mentioning that he was the one to hit the game-winning shot for the first championship. The NBA playoff landscape is heating up as the San Antonio Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves prepare for a high-stakes Western Conference semifinal clash, with Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert set to be central figures in the rivalry. Victor Wembanyama, the Spurs' forward and center, recently shared a moment of reflection with Rudy Gobert, highlighting the deep connection between the two players. Gobert, who recognized Wembanyama's immense potential early on, expressed immense pride, stating, "I'm very, very proud and I'm very excited to watch him grow every day, to see his work paying off. Outside of the talent, he's someone that has a very unique soul, a very unique mind, and nothing is an accident." Wembanyama, now recognized as a Defensive Player of the Year and MVP finalist, continues to seek guidance from Gobert, even asking about personal details like water filters, underscoring his thirst for knowledge. Wembanyama also emphasized Gobert's role as a role model, stressing the importance of physical well-being for all big men. The series pits Minnesota, which has navigated challenging early rounds, against San Antonio, which is aiming for its first Western Conference trip since 2017. Minnesota has shown resilience, notably defeating the third-seeded Denver Trail Blazers in Round 1 despite significant injuries to key players. Coaches on both sides anticipate intense physical battles. Spurs coach Mitch Johnson noted that the Timberwolves guard. They're physical. They try to impose that will and impose their will and their competitiveness on you. Conversely, Timberwolves coach Chris Finch suggested the outcome would hinge on interior decisions, stating, "It's going to be decisions that you make in the paint. It's going to come down to them." Historically, the matchup between Wembanyama and Gobert is significant, with both players having faced off 8 times in the regular season. Gobert's teams hold a 6-2 record in those contests, while Wembanyama has scored 20 or more points in 5 of those meetings. Odds heavily favor the Spurs, with oddsmakers setting them at -2,000, while the Timberwolves are listed at +950. This matchup also carries historical weight, representing the 19th time in this playoff format since 1984, where a number 6 seed meets a number 2 seed in the conference playoffs. As the series begins Monday night in San Antonio, the focus remains squarely on the dynamic between the young superstar Wembanyama and the established force Gobert, setting the stage for a compelling contest in the quest for a Final Four spot. Noi Dung Kai Tight. Victor Wembanyama has delivered a direct message to the Portland Trail Blazers regarding necessary offseason changes, specifically targeting the team's perceived straightforward approach. Wembanyama stated he is excited to play against teams that present a greater challenge in tactical and technical basketball, suggesting Portland must address this fundamental aspect of their game moving forward. And meanwhile, the season saw interim head coach Tiago Splitter navigate a challenging period. Despite the team facing numerous injuries, Portland finished with a 40-40 record, securing a 7 seed. Splitter's performance was widely praised by the roster, with players highlighting his impact on developing talent such as Denny Avdija, Scoot Henderson, Shedon Sharpe, and Donovan Clingan. One player noted Splitter's effectiveness under pressure, describing his coaching as knocking it out of the park when the team was thrown into difficult situations. And however, the team's offensive stagnation was a key factor in their playoff exit against the San Antonio Spurs, a matchup that proved more competitive than the final record suggested. This offensive struggle aligns with Wembanyama's critique that the team lacks the necessary complexity. Analysis of Portland's statistics revealed significant deficiencies, including ranking last in turnovers per game and third worst in three-point efficiency. While Damian Lillard's return is expected to improve these areas, the primary focus for the offseason must be on shooting and finding a less predictable offensive strategy. And Splitter has demonstrated strong coaching fundamentals, yet there is a clear need for improvement in transition opportunities, ATO plays, where the team ranked last among teams in this metric. The team's roster construction itself presents significant flaws, particularly offensively. While the front office is reportedly willing to invest in Splitter's development, the question remains whether the organization will continue to support his tenure as they seek to implement a more nuanced and complex game plan.